Well, that's not exactly the way it's been put by Sophie Chanduka. She doesn't say he's the greatest man alive, or the funniest, or the kindest. She says that Harry unleashed the Sussex machine on her in a case of harassment and bullying at scale after she tried to change things at Centre Bali. Have a listen to what she has to say.
At some point on Tuesday, Prince Harry authorized the release of a damaging piece of news to the outside world without informing me, or my country directors, or my executive director. And can you imagine what that attack has done for me, on me, and the 540 individuals
that the Duke tried to sabotage the organisation before sensationally quitting earlier this week.
Oh, honey, grab a seat and buckle up because the drama is wild. First, Meghan and Harry cried wolf over palace bullying, remember that? But now the tables have turned, and baby, it's Harry who's smack in the middle of a scandal so hot you can almost hear the royal teacups shatter. Allegations of harassment, sabotage, and a full-blown PR assault are flying, and guess who's calling him out? Another than a fierce, unstoppable, absolutely not here for nonsense Nigerian corporate lawyer. She's got credentials that could outshine a crown and the receipts to back every word.
Individuals in the Centre Bali organizations and their family. That is an example of it.
And if you thought Harry had at least one thing left untarnished, think again. Centre Bali, the heartfelt charity he co-founded in memory of his beloved mother, Princess Diana, was supposed to be his redemption arc. The one thing everyone respected him for, a shining light untouched by Netflix drama, tell-alls, and family feuds. But now, that light has gone out. The charity's name is in tatters.
Well, in response, a source close to the charity's trustees and patrons have called it a publicity stunt.
So who lit the fuse? Meet Dr. Sophie Chanduka. This woman didn't just stir the pot. She flipped the whole table. And no, this wasn't your average, we had creative differences kind of split. She's out here straight up accusing Prince Harry of bullying, harassment, sabotage, and yes, even misogynoir. That brutal, specific misogyny aimed at black women. Gab.
I believe that there's such a thing as bullying. This unleashing of the Sussex machine on me and the 540 employees at Centre Bali who received this and have had to...
And don't get it twisted, Dr. Chanduka isn't some rando with a grudge. Oh no, she's a powerhouse. A Nigerian corporate lawyer who's worked with tech giants like Meta, finance titans like Morgan Stanley, and some of the world's top biotech firms. She's the kind of woman who commands a room, and if royalty walks in misbehaving, she doesn't bow, she claps back.
I think for Prince Harry and for the charity, and inspired.
And guess what she's saying? Harry didn't just walk away from the charity. No, darling, he allegedly tried to take the whole thing down with him. Like, if I'm going down, I'm taking the building with me vibes. Seriously, is this man okay? Did stepping down from royal duties teach him anything? Or did he just trade Windsor Palace for Malibu mansions and pack the drama in his Louis Vuitton?
Yes, two different pictures being painted here, right? So according to Sophie Chanduka, the trustee chairman of Centre Bali...
Insiders are spilling the royalty, and it's piping hot. This wasn't about clashing calendars or messy group chats. Nope. It was allegedly a calculated months-long, slow-burning smear campaign aimed at pushing Dr. Chanduka out.
On all roads.
They reportedly lead back to Harry's camp.
Sense, I think, of Schadenfreude, if I can use that word, in the sense that Prince Harry...
Now, let's talk sabotage. Donors turned away in silence, fundraising efforts mysteriously imploding, back-channeling through the board to twist decisions, all reportedly engineered to shove Dr. Chanduka out like yesterday's press release. The whispers behind the scenes, deafening.
And he unleashed the full-scale images and harassment of the Sussex machine on her. Unbelievable.
But Sophie, she kept the receipts, emails, meeting minutes, handwritten notes slid across the table during uncomfortable board meetings. It was so tense, one insider said it felt like high school, but with grown adults and actual consequences. And the target? The charity woman, the woman actually running the show.
Some of the things that he was accusing people in the royal household and the media of...
And let's not forget what this was all about, a charity helping children living with HIV and AIDS. Vulnerable kids. This wasn't a vanity brand. If these accusations are true, then Harry didn't just try to push out a black woman with real leadership skills. He might have jeopardized the entire mission just to feed his ego. Yikes.
You can see the summits. Oh, it's all over. They've all gone. Look at that empty room. I don't know if that was Yvette Cooper who's still talking. No, she's not still talking.
According to Dr. Chanduka, when she started asking the tough questions, like the real uncomfortable leadership level governance kind, Harry didn't answer. He didn't ask for a meeting. He didn't send a letter. No. Allegedly, he went full scorched earth.
Years ago, but even so, I think people who incurred his wrath.
She says he leaked internal info to the press, not just a slip, a deliberate, blindsiding media dump without telling her, without telling the execs, not even giving country directors a heads up. Just boom. Nuclear.
I mean, it lasted 10 minutes. So Keir Starmer got up, rolled up his sleeves. Yvette Cooper said, the countries are still just as close to each other as they always were, but people can move around a lot quicker now. And now they've all gone.
And if you thought it was about transparency, think again. In Chanduka's words, it wasn't accountability, it was the unleashing of the Sussex machine. The same one that turns every inconvenience into a brand campaign. PR weaponized, reputation scorched.
Sadness about the way this is going at the moment, because the people who are going to suffer are the young people of Lesotho and Botswana, where Centre Bali works.
Yes,
But wait, it gets worse. This wasn't just about Sophie. The chaos splattered across over 500 staff members. They woke up to a firestorm. Media questions, donor panic, local partners freaking out. Imagine finding out you're the spokesperson in a crisis you didn't even create. The mess? Unbelievable.
Well, that was fantastic, wasn't it? Let's talk to Rupert Bell, talks royal correspondent, to see what he makes of it all. Rupert, very good morning to you.
10 minutes?
Staff morale in free fall, reputations crushed in hours, people walking on eggshells, some broke down in meetings. Others ran for the exits. When the prince you trust starts acting like a wrecking ball, who do you even turn to? All of this, reportedly, because Sophie wanted transparency, because she refused to be a silent puppet in Harry's little Netflix-ready charity narrative.
Well, I mean, it's a very free-form show today, Rupert. You can speak about anything you wish if you would.
And the irony, darling? This is the same Prince Harry who's been out here preaching mental health and compassion. The same man who left the royal family to escape toxicity. And yet, here he is, accused of creating the very same mess he claimed to flee from.
Put this into context. I mean, obviously, Dr. Chanduka's come out with some very strong claims in these media interviews that she's done. However,
and here's the question everyone is whispering right now. What if the Sussexes didn't escape the toxicity? What if they brought it with them? Because if this is how Harry allegedly handles pushback by launching a media nuke on his own charity, then what's he gonna do when real trouble hits? People are saying it loud now. When the Sussex machine turns on you, it's not just drama, it's character assassination in 4K.
On that, you may well do. I suspect you'd be more comfortable talking about this absolute car crash for Prince.
Royal correspondent Rupert Bell nailed it. This ain't just another Sussex sob story, baby. This is a full-on war of words. Except this time, it's not sugar-coated with candlelight interviews and sad piano music. No. Dr. Sophie Chanduka came locked and loaded. No metaphors, no vague shade, just dates, names, emails, docs. Everything the Sussexes never seem to provide. And let's not forget, Prince Siaiso of Lesotho, the co-founder, he's gone. Board of Trustees, gone. The fallout isn't just emotional, it's foundational. The charity is disintegrating right before our eyes. And unlike those fuzzy Sussex tell-alls where timelines bend and the facts blur, Sophie isn't here to cry. She's here to fight. Her background, global. Her strategy, ruthless. And her message, crystal clear. I don't play palace games, I expose them. Oh, and let's not forget, this woman doesn't guess. She documents. Every step she's taken has been legally sound, backed by cold, hard evidence. We're talking emails, memos, meeting logs. And that's why insiders are shaking. The gossip's not just juicy, it's actionable. And if this goes to court, and trust, it's looking like it will. Harry won't be charming his way out of this one with Oprah eye contact and emotional pauses. Nope. He'll be facing lawyers, a judge, and receipts with his name in bold font. And girl, the cherry on top, that infamous charity polo match meant to help children affected by HIV and AIDS. Yeah, the heart of Centre Bali, Harry allegedly tried to hijack it for Netflix. Yes, for that docu-series deal that's reportedly clinging for life. Sources say he wanted cameras, drama, footage. Like, are we filming charity or keeping up with the Sussexes? The venue? Pulled out. Fast. Donors were livid. The message was clear. This was supposed to be about the kids, not a backdrop for a documentary reel. But oh, it gets slimier. The theory floating around that Harry wanted the event to flop. Why? So Sophie would look like she couldn't lead. So they'd have a reason to oust her. And when that backfired, boom, it all fell apart. And not just for the charity, for him. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, at what was supposed to be a feel-good charity photo op, guess what Meghan allegedly did? In front of everyone with cameras rolling, Meghan reportedly turned to Dr. Sophie and snapped, "Get out of the way." Loud, cold, like Sophie wasn't even a person but a photo bomb. Let's pause right there. Meghan wasn't even scheduled to be at that event, but she showed up, took center stage, pushed the chair of the board, yes, the highest ranking official in the room, out of the frame. Baby, the Odyssey. Insiders say Meghan's team later begged Sophie to release a statement saying she wasn't offended. Damage control. PR spin. Sophie said absolutely not. She wasn't playing along, she wasn't bending to the Sussex optics, and now Meghan's not officially named, but that influence, ooh, it's screaming through every whisper in every back hallway of that crumbling charity. According to sources, she wasn't just in the room, she was steering the ship. Let's get real for a second. Dr. Sophie wasn't some junior staffer who wandered into the shot. She was the woman leading the charity. Meghan, she wanted the spotlight, the headlines, the perfect frame. And when Sophie didn't move quietly, well, we all saw what happened. But here's what changed the game. Sophie refused to be a pawn in their narrative. She didn't apologize. She didn't smile for the cameras. She didn't play nice just to protect a billion-dollar PR machine built on curated compassion and artful lighting. She stood her ground. And let's be honest, at that moment, the whole world started looking at the Sussexes a little differently. Because if this is how they treat allies, what does that say about everything else they've claimed? And then the twist hits even harder. Sophie is now accusing Harry, and by extension Meghan, of misogynoir, that deep, layered kind of discrimination Black women face at the intersection of gender and race. The exact same thing Meghan herself once cried about on Oprah's couch. Remember that moment? The tears? The heartbreak? And now those same accusations, those same exact words, are being hurled back, but at Meghan and Harry, the ones who branded themselves as victims, as warriors for inclusion. Baby, this is what we call full circle. The people who once defended them, activists, journalists, everyday fans, they're now asking questions, hard ones, like, was it all a PR play? Did they cry racism when it worked for them and ignore it when it didn't? That's not just drama, that's a reckoning.